Hello, RCS community. My name is Dr. Denise Bell, although many of you know me better as Mrs. Kohler, Timothy and Sarah's mom. As a pediatrician, I have been working with Mrs. Webb and the RCS Reopening Committee to ensure that we are protecting everyone's health and safety when school opens in September. Mrs. Webb asked me to take a few minutes to talk about face masks. As a parent, I understand why many families are concerned about kids wearing masks all day. In Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 to 4, St. Paul reminds us, "Do nothing out of selfishness or out of vainglory. Rather humbly regard others as more important than yourselves, each looking out not for his own interests, but also everyone for those of others." I chose this verse to start because when we wear masks, we are looking out for the interests of others. We are protecting others by decreasing the chance that COVID-19 will spread. New Jersey is requiring students, teachers, and staff to wear masks in schools. As a doctor, I can assure you it makes sense from a public health standpoint. But at RCS, I think we should try to see wearing a mask not so much as something we're required to do, but as an opportunity to fulfill our Christian mission to serve one another. The sacrifice of mask wearing is being done for the good of our RCS community. And that type of Christian service is an important part of Catholic education here at RCS. As a pediatrician, I also want to reassure you that while wearing a mask is a sacrifice, it is a doable one. It is both safe and possible for kids. In fact, kids 2 and under have been successfully wearing masks in New Jersey daycares since June. And I've heard from many parents that their children get used to it faster than the grown-ups. With limited exceptions, kids can adjust to mask wearing quite quickly. There are several things we can do to help make mask wearing successful, and I want to talk about those steps. Step 1 is choosing the right mask. In order to be effective, masks should cover both the nose and the mouth, fit snugly against the sides of the face, be secured with ear loops or ties, and have multiple layers of fabric. You may need to try several styles of masks before finding the one that fits the best. Masks with moldable nose wires may work the best for those who wear glasses because they can help to prevent some of the fogging. I also highly recommend masks with ear loops. Although they may seem a little less comfortable at first, they are much easier to put on and to remove correctly, and that makes them safer. The straps should be adjusted to create a snug fit and keep the mask from slipping off the nose. There are several types of face coverings that are not recommended, including gaiters, masks with vents, and face shields. Gaiters should be avoided for 2 reasons. First, many of them are made from a single layer or very thin materials, and we don't have proof that they work as well as other types of face masks. Second, germs from the gaiter may come in contact with the eyes, nose, or mouth when the gaiter is being removed, which can make them less helpful. Face shields cannot be used in place of face masks because, like gaiters, they have not been shown to prevent the spread of germs in the same way that face masks do. And masks with vents are actually not designed to prevent the spread of germs to others. The vents easily allow germs to escape into the air. So 2 or 3 layer cotton masks seem to be the most effective at preventing the spread of germs and are often the most comfortable. Again, I recommend taking the time to try different masks until you find ones with a good fit. Once you find that right mask, it's now time to move on to step 2, practice wearing the mask. I said earlier that kids can adjust to wearing a mask, but it is an adjustment. At my office, I have been wearing a mask all day, every day since the pandemic started. And I can confidently say it has gotten easier as I've gotten used to it. So I strongly encourage everyone to practice wearing a mask at home before school starts. Start by practicing for an hour a day and gradually increasing the amount of time between now and school. This gradual adjustment will make it easier to wear a mask all day. For younger children who may be nervous or uncomfortable, you can try putting a mask on a favorite stuffed animal. You can choose theme masks or decorate the masks so they're more personalized. You can show them pictures of other children wearing masks, and you can even draw masks on pictures of some of their favorite characters. These are all ways to make mask wearing less scary and more fun. And now it's time for step 3. Put the mask on correctly. Masks are meant to stop germs. This means that there will be germs on the mask. To keep those germs off our hands, we have to put the masks on and take them off correctly. As I said earlier, ear loops make this step much easier. So that's the type of mask that I will be using to demonstrate. First, clean your hands by washing or using hand sanitizer as I'm doing now. It takes about 15 seconds. This prevents the germs from your hands from getting onto your mask where they could spread to your nose or mouth. Next, you will pick up your mask by the straps to avoid touching the cloth part and place the ear loops around each ear. If the mask has a moldable nose wire like this one, press or pinch it to shape it, and then pull the bottom of the face mask over your mouth and chin. Once the mask is on, clean your hands again by washing or using hand sanitizer in case you got any germs on your hands as you were putting on your mask. Now it's time for step 4. Wear the mask correctly. Try to avoid touching your mask while you're wearing it. It is especially important to avoid touching the front of the mask since that part may have germs from the air on it. If you need to adjust your mask for any reason while it's on, clean your hands before and after touching the mask. If the mask tends to slip down from your nose, you can try to adjust the straps so that they're tighter. But if it keeps slipping off, then you may need to try a different type of mask, as not all masks fit everyone. Masks should not be pulled up onto the forehead. They shouldn't be pulled down below the chin or left hanging from one ear, because doing so increases the chances that the germs from the mask will get onto the hands, clothes, and other parts of the body. We don't want to spread germs using our mask. Fortunately, every once in a while, we get to step 5, which is take your mask off correctly. So once again, the first step is to clean your hands using hand sanitizer. It's important to avoid touching the front of the mask since it may have germs on it. Grab the mask by the ear loops only and gently stretch them over the ears to lift and remove the mask. It's important to be gentle since flinging a mask can spread germs into the air. At school, the students will remove the mask in the classroom only at snack and lunch times, and they will have hooks such as these on their desk shields where they can hang their mask when they take them off. That way, the mask is ready to be put on again. Outside, students will have a type of pouch or pencil case or possibly a hanging shoe rack where they can put the mask. In that situation, students should very carefully fold the mask, touching only the corners or the outer edges in order to keep the mask germs away from the surfaces that the student might touch. Always, always, always clean your hands right after handling a face mask. And then it is important to make sure to follow the directions for putting the mask on correctly if you will be putting it back on again. In order to avoid getting germs on hands or other objects, it really is best to leave the mask in place after leaving school until you get home. And once we get home, we get to step 6, washing our masks. A mask should be used for one school day only and then washed before it's reused. Remember to always wash your hands after handling a dirty mask. It might be good to have a hamper or small bin just inside your door at home where dirty masks can go right away. And in the car, if masks will be removed, have a laundry bag and some hand sanitizer. It is highly recommended, regardless, that when you get home from school, you wash your hands with soap and water right away. Masks can be washed with your regular laundry using regular laundry detergent and the warmest water that the fabric will allow. If you prefer to hand wash masks, there are directions on the CDC website for doing so. It's important to completely dry masks after washing them. You can dry masks in the dryer on the highest heat setting, and then leave the masks in the dryer until they're completely dry. If you want to air dry your mask, lay it flat and allow it to dry completely. If possible, place it in direct sunlight while air drying. Masks should not be used if they get dirty or wet. That's why it's so important to have backup masks at school. Students will also need a way to bring their dirty mask home. Putting a paper bag and a clean mask together in a Ziploc bag can make a backup mask kit. If your child has seasonal allergies, you might even want to send more than one kid to school each day in case their runny nose gets on their mask. We want kids to stay safe and healthy all day at school. Wow, that was a lot of information, but it is all important information, so please take time to understand it. We want our kids to be safe and healthy when they go back to school. Practicing will be a key to success with mask wearing. Practice correctly putting the mask on and taking it off. Practice wearing the mask for longer periods of time in order to adjust. Make sure that the mask fits well and practice good hand hygiene when you're handling your masks. Remember, once upon a time, no one felt comfortable wearing a seatbelt. And now we all do it all the time. Just like with seatbelts, we can get used to wearing masks. We know that wearing a mask can be a personal sacrifice. But as Catholic Christians, we remember that we do it because we value the needs of others over our own needs, just as St. Paul told the Philippians. We remember that it is part of our mission to serve others. And finally, as Catholic Christians, we remember that such sacrifices are even more powerful when combined with prayer. So each time you put on or take off a mask, try to say a little prayer. Lord, thank you for the gift of my health. As I wear this mask, I offer it to you as a sacrifice for the good of all people. Please bring your healing to our RCS community and to our whole world. Amen. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.